Mindful Life Practice.
And we're going to start our practice today in what's called a Baddha Konasana. It's a butterfly pose. So you're going to come down and bring your soles of feet together, and then let your knees open wide. And then you can choose what you do with your hands. You can place them on your belly. You can lift them overhead and grip opposite elbows. You can lay your arms like flat on the earth. Just like whatever is most comfortable. And then take a little scan of your body. Just looking for my hair tie. See what you're working with today, how it's feeling. If there are any parts of the body that are more tense. Oh, there it is. Parts of the body that are more spacious. And then just take a look at what's going on in your mind. Oh, there's Sarah. I knew she wouldn't miss it. Yes, me. So today we're going to be working into heart openers, into the heart chakra. And so we're going to be moving through back bends, and we're going to move through kind of a mandala flow like we did last night, if you were with me. So the heart chakra relates kind of to love and compassion. And if you want to come up with an intention surrounding this, like, I don't know, in the past we worked with, I am compassionate towards myself. It could even be like, I love my body, or I love my practice. I am love. Just kind of establish that now. Sorry if you guys can hear the drilling in the background. I think there's some construction happening in my building right now. Guess we'll just have to put up with it. Take one more round of breath. And then you're going to take your palms onto your thighs and just bring your knees into your chest. Drape your arms around your shins. Give yourself a hug. Rock from side to side. And then we're going to rock into stillness and then place the soles of feet on the mat. Press the palms onto the mat and lift the hips up. It seems like just as I said something about the drilling, it seems to have stopped. And we've got silence. You want to roll the shoulder blades under, interlace the palms. This is like a gentle back bend. For alignment here, you want your feet underneath the knees. It's almost like you're holding a yoga block in place. Take one more round of breath. And then release your palms. Slowly lower each and every vertebrae one at a time. Hips land last. And then take your right ankle. You're going to cross it over your left thigh and then lift your left leg up. And then maybe you interlace your palms on the back of the left thigh or on the top of the left shin. This is like a deep hip opening stretch. Take 3 breaths. And then land the left foot back down, land the right foot, and then we'll switch the opposite way. So left ankle crosses, flex through the left toes, either stay here or lift the leg up, interlacing the palms somewhere on the shin, and then just take 3 deep breaths. And then we're gonna release the right foot back down and then release the left foot. One more hip opener here. So lift your feet up so that your knees are going wider than your torso, and you can take your hands either onto the ankles or maybe onto the toes. So this is your happy baby. Your feet are almost stepping on the ceiling and your knees are wide, so you're getting like a deep outer hip stretch. And then just maybe feel how this feels. My left hip feels a lot tighter than my right hip today. I don't know why. Just kind of almost take stock of these things and just notice them. And then we're gonna come all the way back, draw the knees into the chest, and then just do some rocks and rolls. Rocking and rolling all the way up, all the way over crossed legs, and then find yourself into your tabletop. So for our cat-cows, we're gonna emphasize our back bending part of this. So as you inhale, you're gonna come into your cow, and then I want you to pause in your cow and then exhale, and then take an inhale. And then when you exhale, curl up into your cat. Okay, let's keep going like this. So inhale into your cow, so your belly kind of drops towards the mat, your pelvis tilts, and then you pause, exhale. Take an inhale. And then exhale, curl up into our cat. So it's kind of unnatural. We don't often do this. It's just a different way of doing things. Breathe into your cow. Exhale, stay. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, cat. Let's do one more. So breath in. And then exhale. Inhale. And then come all the way back to your cat. Come all the way back into a neutral now. And then lengthen your right leg long on the mat behind you. So your right hip is level right now with your left. And maybe you lift the opposing arm. So it's the left arm and you're extending from left fingertips all the way through right heel. If you want to land the palm back down, if your balance feels off, go ahead. And we're gonna take 3 of these core crunches. So drawing the elbow in to meet the knee and then extending it back. Just 2 more. This is kind of playing with our balance. And then 1 more. And then land your left palm on the mat here. Keep your right leg lifted. We're gonna take our left toes off the mat, so off behind you, and then lift up so your right arm is reaching up towards the sky. So this is kind of like half moon pose, but you're modifying on your back knee, okay? Now we're gonna come all the way to upright. So you're landing onto your right foot, and now you're in, it's like a little bit of a warrior 2. And then take an inhale, reverse the warrior. And then you're gonna exhale, come all the way back, land both palms on the mat, tuck your left toes behind you, lift all the way up to a 3-legged dog. Right leg is lifted up, big stretch. Maybe you bend through the right knee, do some circles with the hip. Man, I haven't done that in like years. Take 1 more circle, and then land your right foot all the way back down. Let's take 1 vinyasa flow before we do the opposite side. So come all the way forward into your strong plank and hold onto your plank for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. And then on 1, you're gonna slowly lower. Inhale up into your back bend. And then exhale, come all the way back to your down dog. And then land the knees and bring yourself onto your table. Okay, opposite side. So your left leg is gonna extend. Maybe you lift the opposite arm, finding your balance, and stay for 3 and 2. And then 1, let's curl elbow to meet knee. Inhale, extend. And then exhale to curl. 1 more breath in. And then breath out. And then come all the way back, land your right palm, turn onto your right toes, take your left arm all the way up to the sky so you're in a gate. And then you're gonna tilt, land your left foot, come all the way back to that modified warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And then exhale, come all the way back down, land both palms. Let's tuck the right toes, lift all the way back. Find yourself into this three-legged dog, bend through the knee, take some hip circles. So you're opening up through the left hip and you're getting into the right calf. And then land your left foot back down. And then let's take one more vinyasa. So we're gonna come all the way forward. Maybe you land the knees or keep them lifted, slowly lowering. Inhaling up. And then exhaling back to your down dog. Now today we're going to bend at the knees and we're actually gonna walk the palms backwards so we come to the back of the mat just to mix things up. Grip your palms to opposite elbows, dangle for your head, just relax and release. Letting go of tension, 3, 2, and then 1, release your grip. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold, and then bend through the knees, sit back, coming into your strong chair, your Utkatasana. Let's stay for 3 and 2, and then 1, take a big breath in, reach your palms up towards the sky, and then exhale your palms into heart center. So thumbs are connecting to your heartbeat. Take 3 deep breaths. And then we're gonna start moving into our warm-up. So inhale, lift your palms up towards the sky. Exhale into a fold. Take your inhale to halfway lift. And then exhale your way down. You're gonna plant your palms, walk your palms all the way out on the mat. Find yourself into a plank, and we're gonna hold our plank for a few breaths. Let's take 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, I want you to roll onto the left outer edge of the foot and take your right palm up towards the sky so you're in your side plank, your Vashisthasana for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Land the right palm, roll the opposite way, lifting up the left palm, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, take the left palm back down and let's move through a vinyasa. Once you come all the way back to your down dog, take your right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Draw your right knee in, step your right foot between your hands. If you need to use your hand to get the foot there, that's okay. Inhale all the way up into a crescent. We're gonna exhale to forward fold, and then step your right foot back and move through a vinyasa. Let's take the opposite side, okay? So left foot lifts up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Draw your left knee in, step your left foot between the palms, come all the way up. And then exhale down, step back, vinyasa. So I'm gonna take a page right now out of the Power Vinyasa book. If you are relatively new, you can just do exactly what we did before, which is lifting your right leg up and stepping it forward. I think you guys are all not beginners, so I think we can try this. You're gonna lift your right leg up, you're gonna bend through the left knee, gaze forward, and get a little bounce going and see if you can hop your left foot between the palms and then inhale all the way up. It's just for fun. Isn't that fun? Exhale your palms back down and then flow through vinyasa. And then we're gonna take the opposite side, okay? So left leg lifts up, bend through the right knee, get a little hop going, and then maybe you can hop the foot, land the toes, and then inhale up. Of course, if jumping is too high impact for you, you don't have to do it, right? Everything is like an invitation. We're gonna take one more just like this, adding on a little bit. So right leg lifts up, bend through your left knee, hop your left foot forward, land your toes all the way up into your crescent, and then open up into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, windmill palms to the mat and frame the foot. Now this time you're gonna keep your right palm where it is, take your left palm up towards the sky, so you're in a twisted low lunge. And then if you wanna roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, take your left foot with you, find yourself in a side plank, or you can just step back to your regular plank. Let's take 3, let's take 2, and then 1, land back down, and then flow through vinyasa. And then opposite side, okay? So left foot lifts up, bend through your right knee, gaze forward, take a hop with your right foot, come all the way up into your crescent. Exhale, open into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, windmill palms to the mat and frame the foot. Take your right palm up towards the sky. Start to roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, taking the right foot back, back, back. Find yourself into your side plank. Stay for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1, let's take that vinyasa. And then we're gonna come into our down dog, and then just land the knees onto the mat. Let's sit the hips back on the heels and take a little minute of rest. Taking deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Oh, one of my friends just told me she's trying to join the class. Taking one more inhale. And then one more exhale. You're gonna come up to your table. Sorry, I'm just sending the login code to my friend who's trying to get in. And then you're gonna take your right palm up towards the sky, and you're gonna thread your right arm underneath the left and land onto your right cheek, and then take a few breaths. And then come all the way back through center. And then let's twist the opposite way. So left hand reaches up towards the sky, and then thread the left arm underneath the right, twisting on this side. Come all the way back in through center. And we're gonna get into the main chunk of our flow. So tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, find your down dog. Right leg is gonna lift up towards the sky, bend through the knee and stack the hips. If you want to flip your dog, you might ripple the heart forward, roll over the left toes, land the right tippy toes, and then extend your right arm out behind you. So heart is opening, staying for 3, for 2, and then for 1, coming all the way forward, drawing the knee in, and let's just take 3 crosses. 1, 2, and then 3, and if you want to take that rock star, landing onto the outer edge of the right foot, landing your left heel, lifting your left arm up, go for it. And then we're gonna land onto the left palm. We did this in my class yesterday, if you were with me. We're gonna come all the way rolling over into a side plank again. You got this. So your left palm is landed, right arm is reaching up. If you're working on grabbing onto those toes and extending the leg, feel free to go for it, and feel free to say no as well. And then we're gonna take a big step forward with the right foot. Oh, okay, land onto your left heel. Step your right palm to the inside of the right foot. Take your left palm up towards the sky. Okay, so extended side angle. You can stay here. You might wrap your left arm around your back body. Maybe you bend through the right elbow and take the right hand under, finding your bind. And then I know a few of us were working this week on Bird of Paradise. If you want to go there and keep working on it, feel free. I just feel like staying into the bind today and getting this like deep hip stretch, so I'm not gonna lead you there, but let's just take 5 breaths, you choose. And then let's unwind whatever grip we've chosen, and then press through the feet, come all the way up, warrior 2. Lengthen through your right leg now. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. So this is just a different way of getting into triangle. We're going to reach forward at the hips, forward, 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 and then you're gonna take your right arm alongside your right leg and extend your left arm up towards the sky. So I find that getting into triangle in that way just kind of helps keep your collarbone spread and open.
And then if you want to play around with your balance here, go for it. Shifting weight onto your right foot, landing your right fingertips, finding your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. And if you want to kick your left heel towards your bottom, and then find that bow, go ahead. Let's take 3 breaths. And then bend through the right knee, step all the way back, oops, all the way up into your warrior 2. All right, your right arm is gonna reach up now. Bend through the right elbow, plant it on your left shoulder. And then maybe you weave the left arm back and see if you can like make a connection interlacing the palms. If you have tight shoulders, it's okay, you'll get there eventually, right? Keep bending through the right knee, take 3 breaths. And then we're gonna unwind that and lengthen through your right leg. Turn all 10 toes to face the side wall. I'm gonna turn around so you can see me. You're gonna bend through the knees, so heels in, toes out, bend through the knees. Find yourself into a goddess squat. And then open your arms up into our goalpost arms. We're gonna keep opening the shoulders. Okay, so right arm goes underneath the left, eagle. You might grip opposite shoulders or weave the arms together, and then stay here for 3 and 2, and then 1, unwind the arms, and then weave them the opposite way, taking 3 breaths. Unwind the arms, come all the way back. Just take your palms onto your thighs. Let's do a couple curls in, and then lengthen, curl in, and then lengthen, 1 more of each. Last one. Just coming back into neutral, take 1 more breath. And then lengthen through your legs. Turn all 10 toes to face the sidewall. Take a breath in. And then exhale, fold, and just hang forward in your forward fold for a few breaths. So we're moving through a mandala flow. Mandala means circle. If you were with me yesterday, you know what we're doing. It's kind of like a journey around the mat. I think it can be a bit confusing when we're not in the studio. So if you get lost at any point, don't worry about it and just try your best to follow along. Okay, I'm gonna turn my body back so that I'm still in the right direction, which was my right foot was at the front of the mat and my left foot was at the back. Okay, and then you're gonna slowly roll up to stand, taking your palms onto the hips. Turn your left toes to face the back of your mat. Wiggle your left foot wide now. Come off of your right heel so you're onto the right tippy toes, and now you're into a crescent lunge. Okay, you're gonna bend through the right knee to hover and then just hold on here. Let's take 4 breaths in stillness. You got this. And then take your arms up overhead, and we're gonna open our arms and take the left arm underneath the right, so eagle arms. And now we're gonna come into a warrior 3 with that eagle arm variation. So you're extending through the right leg. If your balance feels off, hold on to a chair, hold on to the couch. Just do what you can. So right hip is almost level with the left, and you're pressing through the left big toe, and take 3 breaths. And then we're gonna come all the way up to stand, keeping on to the left foot, cross the right ankle, or right toes around your left shin, then sit a little lower, and you're all kind of wound up into this tight bind. Stay for 3 and for 2. And then on 1, you're gonna inhale and lift everything up. Lengthen, land your toes, lift your hands up overhead. Take your palms into heart center. Then take deep inhales and exhales. Unwinding. Step your right foot, you're gonna cross it in front of your left now. And then reach your arms up towards the sky. So your right foot is crossing in front of your left, okay? You're gonna take your left index finger and thumb, grip it around your right wrist, take an inhale, and then lateral side bend. I realize that I'm kind of cropped out of the top of this screen. So I don't know if you can see me, but you get the idea. Side bend. Okay, lift all the way up. Lift onto your tippy toes. We're gonna do this little quarter swivel so that you're facing the side wall now, okay? Arms are out in front of you. Bend through the knees. Lower, lower, lower. Going for 5, going for 4, going for 3, going for 2, and then going for 1. Once you land, take your palms into your heart center, so your heels are still lifted. You're in this toe balancing pose. And then we're gonna counter that, okay? So slowly lifting up, up, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep everything lifted, toes lifted, or sorry, heels lifted. One more breath, and then just land. And then take a deep breath in through your nose, and then exhale through your mouth. Feel what it feels like to have the feet grounded. You are facing the right direction. And let the eyes open. We're going to take a big step forward with the left foot. Turn your left toes to the front of the room, bend through the left knee. Find yourself all the way back into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And then exhale all the way down. So we've made it back to the front of the mat. Take both hands on the inside of the left foot. Okay, so widen your left foot to the side. And we're taking lizard pose. There are different ways you can do this. I like to land my right knee. If you want a bit more of a challenge, maybe you keep it lifted, okay? And you might choose to press your palm onto the outside of the left thigh. Just kind of open into that hip crease. And let's stay for 3 breaths. And maybe you bend through the right knee and take the left palm back to the right foot so you're getting a quad stretch as well. 3 and 2 and then 1. Release the foot, release the hand. We're gonna tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and then give a big step forward with the right foot. So you're finding yourself into a Buddha squat. Hands are at heart center, feet are on the mat. You probably know what's coming next. If you want to play around in your crow, that is an option for you. Landing your palms onto the mat, lifting your bottom, taking your feet in, and then shifting weight onto the palms, maybe toes lift, knowing that it's okay if you fall. Maybe just 1 toe lifts. Let's stay for 3 and 2. And then if you're working on jumping back, I am not there yet, but feet will jump all the way back into a plank. Or you just step back like this and then follow through with your vinyasa. All the way up into a down dog. From your down dog, we're going to step our feet forward and then just come onto our bottoms and into our boat, our Navasana. Take an in-breath, stay lifted as you are. And then exhale, hinge back and hover for 3, for 2, and then for 1, come all the way back up. And let's just do 3 more of these. Lowering 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 lift. 2 more lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lift. And then last one, lower 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. You're gonna land all the way down. Let's do 1 more little bit of core here, all right? Palms are gonna interlace behind the back of the skull. Draw your knees in. Curl your heart up. You're gonna cross and tap your right elbow to your left thigh, and then we'll cross the opposite way. We're just gonna do 3 more of these. Cross, and then cross. 2 more. And then the last one. Coming all the way back, knees into the chest, palms on the backs of the thighs. See if you can rock and roll all the way up to standing in your chair without using your hands. Just rolling, landing the feet, and coming all the way up. Stay for 1 more inhale. Stay for 1 more exhale. And then come all the way up to stand. Palms at heart center. So we're gonna take that same journey the opposite side. So let's get started. We'll inhale, palms up towards the sky. We'll exhale, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale your way back down, plant the palms, step the feet back. Maybe find your way all the way back to a down dog. Just gonna look like no one's in the waiting room. Oh, it's a new feature on Zoom. It's so annoying. Okay, from your down dog, your left foot is gonna lift up towards the sky. Bend through your left knee, stack the hips. Maybe you flip your dog, landing your left toes, lifting your heart, finding this nice back bend. Then come all the way back to neutral. Take your knee into your chest. And we're doing 3 of these elbow tappings, 2, 3. And then lengthen your left leg out. Land onto the right heel. I have to tell you, Ryan Headley coming back to my class after 6 years was like the best thing. He pointed out that I was doing this sequence the same way. And I realized I hadn't changed it in 6 years. I'm gonna come all the way back. So this is the new one that I've come up with. Kind of like it. We're going to roll onto the right outer edge of the foot now. Take your left hand up towards the sky. Maybe you interlace the palm around the toes. Only took me 6 years to change it. Okay, if you have the foot, use it to step all the way forward or just step your hand forward. Take your left palm to the inside of your left foot, land onto your right heel, take your right palm up towards the sky. All right, so we are here in extended side angle. You can stay like this, you can be up on the elbow. Maybe you wrap around and go into your bind. If you want to play with Bird of Paradise, go ahead. If you don't feel like it, don't do it. We'll take 5 breaths. Then take one more inhale, one more exhale. Unwind, come all the way up into a warrior 2. Lengthen through your left leg. Shorten your stance a little bit. Take a breath in, and then hinge forward. Left arm alongside your left leg. Now you choose whether you're in your Trikonasana. If you want to shift weight forward onto your left foot, maybe you can kick the heel towards the bottom and further take a quad stretch and a back bend. And then we're gonna release that. Bend through the left knee, step all the way back. Lengthen, turn all 10 toes to face the side wall. And then this time I'm gonna let you choose your favorite forward fold arm variation. So you can interlace the palms, lift them up behind you. You can grip opposite elbows. You can let your hands dangle, your choice. Oh no, my friend has now texted me saying she wasn't able to get in the Zoom room. She's gonna get it set up for tomorrow. Have to make sure she knows it's a different room tomorrow. It's confusing everyone. Take one more breath in your fold. Now I'm gonna put this on airplane mode because I don't need that distraction. Slowly lift all the way up to stand. And then turn your right toes to face the back of the room. So we're going on that journey, turning around again. Hands are on the hips first to start. Bend and lower your left knee and then just hold it here. Straighten 2 right angles with the knees. Open your arms up. And this time your right arm is gonna wrap underneath the left. So you're weaving together, preparing for eagle, nice shoulder opener. And then shift weight onto your right foot as you tilt all the way forward, Virabhadrasana 3, big press through the right big toe. Taking deep inhales and exhales. Tilt all the way up to stand, take your left knee, cross it on top of your right thigh, wrap the left toe behind you if you can, sit a little deeper into this little uncomfortable shape. Take one more inhale, and then one more exhale, you got this. And then come all the way up, taking your palms into your heart center, kind of gathering in all this good energy and connect your thumbs to your heartbeat. And as you connect to the beat of your heart, return back to that intention. Whether it is to love your body or love your practice, love yourself. We will cross the left ankle now in front of the right ankle. Palms reach up towards the sky. Take your right index finger and thumb, attach it around your wrist. Inhale, and then side bend. And then come all the way up. Release that grip, lift onto your tippy toes, take a little swivel. You're gonna take your palms into heart center, and then we're gonna do the same thing as we did before, lower, lower, lower down. And this time I want you to pause halfway on your tippy toes. You got this, balancing here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, come all the way up. And then land your heels again. Stepping your right foot all the way forward this time. Turning your right toes back to the front of the mat. Warrior 2, so we've made it all the way back again. Take your inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, come all the way back, windmill palms to the mat and frame the foot. Now coming into your lizard on this side, so right palm is on the inside of the right foot. Walk your foot wide. And then you choose where you go here. If you're on the elbows, maybe you're pushing the palm into the right thigh just to open it. Let's take the left heel towards the bottom and then just go into kind of a deep quad stretch. Let's land the left foot all the way back down. We're gonna step actually I changed my mind. We're gonna land the left knee, land the right knee alongside the left and come all the way up. So we have been kind of doing hip openers and back bends. We're progressing towards, we're gonna kind of explore a little bit of King Pigeon. I want us to just do one more back bend before we try it though. So we're gonna take the palms onto the backs of the hips, take a deep inhale, and then as you exhale, you're gonna hinge your body back. And then maybe you reach your palms onto your ankles, tuck your chin. So this is camel pose, Ustrasana. And then let's take one more breath. And then take the palms onto the backs of the hips. You're gonna come all the way upright. And then just sit your hips down onto your heels and take a deep breath. Okay, so we are about to come into Pigeon and we're gonna explore kind of a quad stretch and back bend in Pigeon. I wanna show you first, if you have knee pain, if your hips are tight, if the Pigeon is not suitable for you, you can do what's called thread the needle on your back. I think you guys all know that, but I'm gonna show you just in case. Crossing your right ankle and then drawing, this is the pose we did at the start of the class, right? And if you wanna explore the King Pigeon, I'm going to turn so that you can see me to start. So coming into Pigeon, you're gonna take your right shin across the width of the mat and then wiggle your left knee back until you kind of brought in your right bottom as close as you can to the mat, so creating space. And we're gonna stay upright today. Often we drop straight into sleeping pigeon, but we're gonna keep on the fingertips and then lift up. So if this is already quite enough for you, then just stay here, right? If you want to explore, first we're gonna take mermaid and we're just gonna play with bending the knee and seeing how that feels to lift the foot up. And then you might centralize your right palm and maybe your left palm can go back and take some little pumps of your quad. Please just be mindful of how this is feeling. And then the next variation that you can go into is taking the toes into the elbow crease. And then your right palm reaches up and you connect fingertips here. If anyone feels like exploring King Pigeon, and King Pigeon is hard, by the way, I can barely do it, You try to grab onto your foot with your hands and then reach all the way around and see if you can grab. And I'm out. Please be mindful of like what your back and your hips are saying to you. I don't want anyone throwing out their back. I can't see you, so I hope you're all keeping safe. Okay, take one more breath wherever you are. And then we're gonna counter that by coming forward into a forward fold, okay? And then just rest your forehead and let your spine realign. The awesome thing about Zoom is that you're in your own house, so you don't have to worry about being judged. You don't have to judge other people, right? You're just feeling and experiencing this back bend run through your body. Let's take one more round of breath. And then we're gonna come all the way up onto the palms, all the way up into a down dog. And then you do whatever feels good to like stretch that out. And then we're gonna take the opposite side, okay? So your left knee comes in. I'm gonna turn around again so you can see me. So your left shin comes across the width of the mat. And then maybe you're just right here and that's perfectly okay. I don't think I can even do mermaid on this side. That's how much tighter my left side is compared to my right. Funny thing I'll tell you, if you teach yoga and you start to demo on your right side for many, many years, you are like the most unbalanced person of them all. So I have a lot more flexibility on one side. So you're welcome to just stay into this upright shape, just working on this back bend, okay? You can also drop straight into sleeping pigeon. And then if you want to kick the heel in, and then maybe do some little pumps. My tight quad. And then maybe the next step is toes. And I'm just gonna stay here in this mermaid, but you might come into the full king pigeon. I can't quite see you guys, your tiny little icons far away. I hope you're doing well. Then take one more breath. And then let's unwind. And now just drop into your pigeon. And let your spine realign. Dropping into stillness and dropping into silence. Let's take one more round of breath. And then we're gonna come all the way up so that you're on your bottom. And we're gonna make our way back into, we're gonna lie on the back and take an inversion. So I'm gonna give you a couple of options for inversion. If you have any head or neck injury, or you just wanna take something softer, you can have your feet up, or you can even like saddle up next to a wall and then lift your feet up towards the sky. This is like one of my favorite poses ever. Legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. Or if you want to come into shoulder stand, I want you to be super mindful here of how your neck and back feels. For me, sometimes my C7 doesn't feel great here, and if that's the case for you, please back away. But for this pose, you can lift your feet up, walk your palms back, and then lift your legs up. I generally don't teach inversions on Zoom because I'm nervous about, safety. But with all of you guys in the room today, I know you all, and I trust you all. So I think you know your body, and I think you can back off when it's telling you to back off, yeah.
Okay, if you want to drop fully into plow, and I have mixed feelings about this pose. You're gonna tilt your feet all the way behind you and see if feet can connect to the mat. Again, feel what your neck is telling you, and if it's telling you no, then back off. But if you're okay here, just stay. And then we're going to roll all the way out of that. Roll one hand underneath your bottom and then the next. Bend through the elbows. We're coming into Matsyendrasana, which is fish pose. You're gonna lift your chest up and then land the crown of your head on the mat. So in this pose, I want you to put most of your weight into your arms and very little into the crown of your head. It's a pretty intense counter posture, and it's a throat chakra opener. Take one more breath. And then come all the way up and just lay your back down. Press your feet. We're going to unroll the arms. And now we're going to roll onto our stomachs. You can just like flip like a pancake. We're going to take a deep twist. All right, so on your elbows, you're going to bend through your left knee and like kind of creep it up the side of your mat. Okay, lift off of your left elbow. Take your right hand, thread it underneath your left arm, lower onto your right shoulder and your right cheek, and then you're gonna unwind and open. So if that felt confusing for you, you can just come into a simple twist the normal way. Okay, this is just a fancy way of entering it. And sometimes when you enter from a different direction or a different point of view, you feel the pose completely differently. Take one more full round of breath. And come all the way back through center. And then we're going to drop into that deep twist the opposite way. So right knee creeps up against the mat. Lift off of the right elbow, thread your left arm under, and then roll all the way so that you open. Coming into this twist and gazing over the opposite shoulder. Let's take one more round of breath. And now to get out of this, we're just gonna roll. Rolling and rolling until you're all the way back on your spine. If there's any last poses that would complete your practice today, maybe knees into the chest. Maybe your happy baby, maybe your Baddha Konasana. And we're going to bring the knees back into the chest and set up for our final resting pose. So you choose whether you want to take a traditional Shavasana. I'm going to come up, take a seated meditation. Just kind of
finding a shape that is restful for you. I want to share with you guys this poem. I actually don't know the source of this poem. One of my yoga teachers read it to me many years ago. I took a photo out of her notebook. I know she didn't write it, but I haven't been able to find it on the internet. I love it. Love yourself. When you talk too much, when you say the wrong thing, when you lash out, when you've messed up, when you're tired, when you feel sweaty and gross, when you've drank too much wine, when you didn't go to the gym all month, you keep falling into the same patterns, when you're too predictable, when you feel like no one else does, when you don't feel like it. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. gentle wake up wiggle. Make your way up to seated. We're going to take our palms together into our heart center. Lengthen up through the spine and then soften the shoulders, settle the gaze. So we close our yoga practice with the intention that our yoga practice remain constant. Our efforts be continuous, and our presence on the mat serves and benefits not only ourselves, but all of the beings in our life and all the beings on the earth. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy, be healthy, and free. May the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. And we'll finish with an Om sound, so inhaling, exhaling, and then inhaling through to make the Om, taking a breath in, and then a breath out, and a breath in. Thank you guys so much for sharing the space and practice. Have a lovely afternoon or day. Namaste.
The Mindful Life Practice.